Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out.
Hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true.
If anyone knows where its family's going to be today, if you could let my team know so that we can stay within 200 yards.
She Rogan on my Joe till I Liver King? Probably gonna have to workshop that one. Well guys, it finally happened. After years of it being a toss-up, you know, a real head scratcher, the Liver King has finally shown signs of being a steroid user. Up until this point, I mean, it was really anybody's guess. Now, if you don't know who the Liver King is, then I don't really know what you've been doing with the last few years of your life. Probably something productive, you fucking nerd. But the Liver King, aka Brian Johnson, is a popular, or I guess more like once popular fitness influencer who kind of blew up for his crazy physique and crazy diet. If you couldn't tell based off his name alone, he's one of the carnivore guys who eats like all the raw organs and promotes stuff like shitting in the forest without wiping. He claims to be all about that primal lifestyle, even though, you know, he lives on a multi-million-dollar ranch, has personal chefs, lives his entire life on the internet, has an $11,000 a month steroid stack, you know, real primal, natural stuff. And recently, he's gotten himself into a primal dispute with none other than Joe Rogan. If you don't know who Joe Rogan is, well, then, I don't know, just go ahead and click off this video, I guess. Don't even really know how you found it. The other day, the Liver King was arrested after making terroristic threats against Joe Rogan, and since then, he's been going on a bit of a social media tirade, and things are not looking good. They're actually looking so bad that his behavior is beginning to make people think that he's either on meth or crack. Now, I'm not too experienced with either one of those, so I don't really know what to look for, but I choose to believe random people on the internet, so here we are. So we're going to be looking at what actually led to him getting arrested, and then a couple of clips from his Instagram where things are kind of spiraling. So let's not waste any more time. What's that? I forgot the shameless plug for the day. You're right. Real quick, just want to remind you guys that there's just a little over a week left to buy your limited edition August the Duck desk mat, baby. Come July 6th, they are gone for good. However, with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's take a look at these last few eventful days for the Liver King. Please subscribe.
Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. My name's Liver King. Man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. Whenever you're ready to go. I want a vibration plate, by the way. Principle, you can't pick a fight with a real king and then expect there not to be an actual fight, bro.
Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight, and we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us, and you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for. And I'll die for them, you know that. And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go ahead. And then the hands that are actually going to do something to you of consequence, because you deserve it and you earned it. Just pulling up to the capital of Texas. Guess what? You're dead, bitch. Joe Rogan, I'd like for you to meet Doberman 1. We'll bookend it with love, but we'll make a mosh pit in the middle. We'll tear each other apart. I haven't slept. I've been waiting to get here. Now we're here.
Okay, so that was just a few of the things that Liver King said. I don't know if YouTube's even gonna let me show all of that. They take their violence policies really seriously. But yeah, Liver King was making some pretty direct threats at Joe Rogan. Apparently, Joe Rogan had to be informed that these videos were being made. He wasn't even aware that anything was going on. This was pretty much a one-sided beef. It doesn't even really make sense why this all started, because the last time that Joe Rogan talked about the Liver King was like 2 years ago. And now all of a sudden, just out of the blue, the Liver King's like, all right, you picked a fight with the wrong guy, pal. When I first heard about all this, I thought that it had to have had something to do with the whole like Liver King documentary that came out on Netflix recently, but apparently Joe Rogan is not in that documentary, so no clue what started all of this. But it's one thing to make a video where you're methed out on a vibration board threatening a guy on the internet. It's a completely different thing to continue to make those threats and then fly to the city that guy lives after you post those videos. So I guess that was enough for law enforcement, and a few days ago the Liver King was arrested arrested in Austin. He has videos of right before he was arrested on Instagram, and this is a man who needs some serious help. He's walking around as if nothing's happening. His family seems to be sort of freaked out. Nothing that he's saying is making any sense whatsoever. His family looks like genuinely afraid of him and how he's behaving, and he's standing in a bathroom like still addressing Joe Rogan as he's getting ready to go downstairs and get arrested. Like something really bad is going on here. Anyways, he was released on bond but has to stay at least 200 yards away from Joe Rogan, wear an ankle monitor, and apparently go through like some sort of mental health evaluation, which based off the state of his Instagram is likely not gonna go too well. The guy's been posting an insane video every like 20 minutes for the past 3 days, and even after being arrested for it, he's still saying absolutely batshit insane stuff about Joe Rogan. For example,
We're gonna go somewhere today here in Austin. If anybody knows where Seth Rogen's, the other version of him that rhymes with blow, if anyone knows where its family's going to be today, if you could let my team know so that we can stay within 200 yards, not close to them, to stay away from them.
Yeah, so threatening a man's family over an imaginary internet beef after you were just released from jail for threatening that man, definitely a choice, but it's a choice that the Liver King seems to really want to make because he has promised Joe Rogan that the videos will not stop, and so far he is keeping that promise. As of recording this, he has released 4 videos in the last hour, and in every single one of them, he mentions Joe Rogan in some way. The only positive is that his family is nowhere to be seen in any of them, which it might sound kind of harsh calling that a positive, but I don't think his family is exactly safe around him right now. I don't know what this guy is going through right now or what he's experiencing, what he's using, but it's something. Obviously, Liver King's always been kind of a wacky character, kind of rode things on the edge, but this is something different. If you've seen his old videos, yeah, he was wild, but he was coherent, he made sense. You could tell he was playing stuff up for the internet, but this is something entirely different. He does not seem like he's in his own mind. I don't know if this is psychosis. I don't know if this is heavy drug use. I'm not smart enough to know what's going on, but I am a human, and that's enough for me to know that something is going on. Generally, you don't just decide out of the blue that you are willing to risk your personal freedom and the stability of your family to go fight some random guy who doesn't even really seem to care that much about you, who's mentioned you once or twice years ago. For him to randomly decide to go down this path and now start doing shit like threaten his family, something external has to be going on here, and for the sake of all parties involved, I hope they can figure out whatever this external influence might be, because this is a really, really dangerous path the Liver King is going down here. It seems like at best this guy is going to end up spending a few months in jail. I'm sure he can afford a pretty damn good lawyer, but these videos are a really, really bad look after you were arrested for threatening somebody. Again, it's one thing to make a video threatening somebody, be arrested for it, and then chill out. You know, that could be seen as like a heat of the moment thing, but to immediately go back to doing it, to double down on it, to bring his family into it, to say it's never going to end, I can't see any of that working out in the Liver King's favor. At worst, this guy might end up dead. Now that might sound kind of dramatic, but just look at the facts here. It seems like this guy is on something, who knows what, but the human body generally does not react too well to hard drugs to begin with. A human body that's been blasting gear for the last 2 decades, you're playing with fire. Hard drugs and steroids, especially the stacks that guys are running these days, do not mix. It is a matter of when, not if. And if that doesn't kill him first, this guy just flew to Austin to try and fight Joe Rogan, the guy who's not only dedicated the last 30 years of his life to MMA, but also has ex-Navy SEALs guard him in his house. Joe Rogan would turn this guy into a pretzel if his bodyguards didn't turn him into Swiss cheese first. This is an extremely dangerous path this guy is going down, and if there's not some serious intervention soon, it could very well likely be a fatal one. Well guys, what do you think? Personally, this does not really come as a surprise to me. I've never made a video on Liver King on this channel, I don't think, but I have seen his content like in passing, and yeah, this seems like really on brand for him. It's like, oh, really? You're telling me that the guy who likes to play pretend caveman while driving G-Wagons and living on $1 million ranch does drugs that fucks him out of his brain? Who would have thunk? This is the guy who asked for 12 minutes from the police to get ready because of the 12 ancestral primal tenets or whatever. This guy's a lunatic, always has been. He's probably either going to be dead or in prison within a year. That might sound morbid, but I mean, it's right in front of us, people. See ya.